Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, we're gonna be testing the Steam Deck in The Last of Us Part 1. Now, with all of the updates in place, maybe it's gonna be playable on the Steam Deck. I didn't really try it on video previously when the game released, but it was absolutely terrible with drops to like 15 frames per second and stuff like that, and tons of stuttering. Going over here to the game info and the details for the Steam Deck compatibility, it says unsupported. They're still working on adding support for this game, so I don't know what to expect. The game has been fixed for a lot of systems now. It's still super ultra CPU bound for some reason. For a single player title, it doesn't make much sense. Alright, here we go. I spent like 15 minutes or so just waiting for the shader installation, and let's go over the settings. I haven't touched anything yet. The game defaulted it to 720p resolution right here. I can't really use 800p because of the capture card, I guess, but it's pretty close to 800p anyways. And you can see over here, this is super tricky to control with the Steam Deck, you know. I'm just doing this right now. But yeah, it's running at 480p because we have FSR2 enabled on quality right here. Over on the advanced settings, we're using the low settings preset, which is the minimum settings that you could get in this game. All right, here we go. Ooh. Getting 30 FPS plus at the moment. That's really good, actually, for the Steam Deck. It's way better than the last time that I tried it, that's for sure. Like, it's not stuttering at all. This is pretty good. Way better than what I was expecting, you know? Like, what? Are you serious? Holy crap, dude! Is this now playable on the Steam Deck? They have made so much progress. Anyway, look at this. This is very intensive right here. It's slightly dropping from 30. Oh boy, now it's dropping a lot from 30 into the mid-20s at times. But again, I expected a much worse experience. GPU usage is maxed out right now, but the CPU usage is also very much up there. 80%, between 80 and 90% most of the time. Yeah, that's... oh boy, okay, it's starting to become pretty bad. But still kind of playable on a handheld like this. Maybe if we lock it to like 30 or 25 frames per second, it will be stable. Most of the time, at least. But of course, inside of this little building is where things become a little bit more CPU bound. And I'm curious to see the GPU usage, if it fluctuates or not inside of there. Also, when we get out of this building in the other side, it will also become way more GPU bound. So that's where we're going to see the worst case scenario, basically. Alright, most of the levels in this game will be like closed areas and stuff like that, so you can actually achieve like 40 plus FPS at times, which is really, really impressive, of course. How can I turn on my flashlight? Oh, hello? Flashlight? Ah, there we go. Oh boy, look at those frames going down again. 25 was the minimum. Okay. Was it the CPU bottleneck here, by the way? I didn't really notice it. Did the GPU usage go down? Maybe slightly. Not really too much of an issue, though, you know? If it only drops here and there from 20 or from 30... Oh my god, what is happening right now? What is this? What are these controls? Please, Joel, come on. There we go. I mean, it's still very impressive for a little system like this one. And yes, I know the ROG Ally will be much faster than the Steam Deck, and it will probably be very playable here in The Last of Us Part 1. But we're testing the Steam Deck right here. When the ROG Ally releases here in Portugal, I will be sure to get that, even if it is overpriced at 800 bucks. I will get that and compare it a little bit with the Steam Deck as well, so stay tuned in for that, my friends. Alright, I'm not gonna bother shooting those guys, because I really am not enjoying this fluctuating experience, you know. It's dropping too much from 30. It's also slowing down a lot and having a bit of stuttering issues in this part of the game. Again, previously when the game released, or near the release of the game, I installed it on the Steam Deck and I played it for like 10 minutes and I was seeing much lower FPS, alright, like lower 20 like we're seeing right now, but most of the time, okay? And now this is only happening over here, dropping into the lower 20s. So it is an improvement, once again. Previously, I couldn't even see the... I can't do anything, dude. The 40 FPS mark, you know, that didn't happen previously on a Steam Deck, but now it sometimes gets that, which is very good. Again, guys, this is not really playable, but this is the most intensive area that I've come across so far, and I have played it much further than this level right here. I just went back to test it here. Yeah, quality FSR doesn't really cut it. Let's try performance, which sets the game to 360p internally, and then upscales it to 720p, of course, making it look much better. But, oh my god, no. It's still kind of the same. We gained about like 2 frames per second. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not good, guys. Oh, still dropping to 23, 24, the cinematic frame rate. Oh, it is terrible. How is this guy not dead? Wait a second. Let's go with a pistol. There we go. There we go. Oh my god, whenever I look in that direction, it's so bad, dude. Yeah, definitely don't buy the Steam Deck to play this game, or don't even bother installing it. There we go. It's starting to look really bad right here with Performance FSR, but I am seeing this on my monitor. I connected the Steam Deck to my capture card, and I'm seeing things on my monitor, which is much bigger. On the actual screen of the Steam Deck, this looks okay. I have seen how it looks previously. It's not terrible, but you can see some pixelation still, alright? The Performance FSR is really, really low resolution. Right, I guess this video is gonna be a smaller one, because the game is not really playable. We're already at the lowest settings possible. Oh, we can go to Ultra Performance. Alright, let's try that out. Ultra Performance sets it to 240p and upscales it to 720. It is getting 30s right now, but we don't have any more enemies on screen. Oh, and it's still dropping. Okay, so I think if the enemies were still alive, it would still drop to around the same values as before. And even without the enemies alive, it's dropping into the 20s, so... It's not good. It's not good. Alright, should we try it at native resolution next? Just to get a feel of it without FSR? And then we're gonna end it. Yeah, we don't have FSR1 in this game, although we have it on the Steam Deck built in. So maybe we should try that out as well. Ooh, look at that. That's actually kind of impressive. At native 720p, it gets near 30 FPS. It doesn't really drop by too much by playing at native resolution. Wow. Then again, the 800p resolution on the Steam Deck, if you're playing on the actual Steam Deck screen, is 1280 by 800. We're playing at 1280 by 720, so it's going to be slightly more intensive. You're going to see 1 or 2 less frames per second. Now, I'm going to leave it at native here, and I'm going to go to this menu here, okay? And first of all, I want to lock it to 30 FPS, all right? And second, I want to use some FSR. Alright guys, so now that we have it locked to 30 frames per second, and you know what, we should probably disable this FSR mode over here in the Steam Deck, because it's not getting us extra FPS like the one inside of the game. So I'm actually going to set this one to FSR. Let's do balanced this time around, okay? Alright, so that's 424p. Very low resolution internally, but it still looks, or it should look pretty alright on the Steam Deck's monitor. But as I was gonna say, since we locked it to 30 frames per second, it doesn't need to utilize the full power on the GPU and CPU. So maybe, just maybe, it can allocate some of that unused power towards the component that was making it drop from 30 FPS. And that's what we're seeing right now, guys. It dropped slightly already to 29, but previously we saw like 25 right here, and now it's not really dropping by all that much. It's a lot more consistent. It could also be because of balanced FSR, of course. Inside it will probably still drop a lot and stutter a lot, so it's not going to be great even after all of these updates. But it makes me believe that with some more optimizations, we might have The Last of Us Part 1, the most intensive game on PC at the moment, or one of the most intensive ones, be playable on a Steam Deck. That's just incredible, guys. This is a 15-watt APU playing this hugely intensive title. Still dropping right here, though, into the mid-20s. It's not so terrible, though. It was a lot worse before. Let's see over here. Yeah, not dropping anymore. Again, the balanced FSR compared to quality is also at work here. That's allowing the frame rate to be a little bit more stable. But I think some of that TDP allocation that we were talking about is also helping the frame rate to be a little bit more stable. Look at this over here. It's not even dropping now. Or stuttering. 29 right there. So far, it only dropped to like 26, and it was only once, you know. Over here, 20... Oh, God, okay. Now it's wrecked. Of course, there will always be these super-duper intensive areas, and the FPS will drop to the same values, because it just can't really do anything. I think it's going in the right direction. It's definitely performing a lot better than it did previously. And maybe in a month for now, we will revisit it once again on the Steam Deck. So stay tuned in for that. And stay tuned in for the Rogue Ally as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll be back very soon with the next one. Love you all. Bye-bye.